right now with the exile effect. And I think it's just really solid. It's a really good deck. So we're going to try it like this and see what happens. Traditional, historic, ranked, historic, burn. This hand's really bad. This hand's a lot better. I think we'll keep this and bin a Sacred Foundry. Yeah, I think we want to lead on Lava Runner here. Okay. See, and you kind of get away with some stuff like that because people think that you need lands. And that's actually pretty sweet to get away with that. This doesn't seem like a matchup where the exile effect is super relevant. It feels like you definitely just want the... Dovin's Veto, but we do get to crash in for 6 here, put our opponent to 11. And then we have 5 points in our hand. I don't really know what our opponent's playing. Looks like Bant something. Bant cards they own. They don't hit a land. That's interesting. I mean, I guess we'll just try to go for the win here. Because we put our opponent to 6 and we have exactly 6. So this is turn 3 if our opponent doesn't have anything. Okay. No, I mean, keeps you alive. Looking for a land here. Our opponent can't find a 4th land, but they did finally. Maybe this is like bank control? Alright, our opponent concedes. This seems like a rolling vortex game if I've ever seen one. And I don't really know what else they're playing, so we're going to cut Pillar of Flames and a Shock. Actually, we're going to leave in a Shock and cut the Pillar of Flames. And try it like this. We'll see what they're up to in a little bit and try that. We have Rolling Vortex, so I'm going to keep this. Opponent's Cry is one at the bottom. Drawing another land was not what we wanted. With 4 lands in our hand, we definitely didn't want to see another one. If they're saying go that quickly, it means they probably have a counterspell here or a Growth Spiral. Not sure what it means, so it means Growth Spiral. Yep. We are putting our opponent to 15 here. Now, the sad part is that we do have 4 lands in hand, so from here it's going to be a tough scene, but we go to 19. I think we're just going to attack and light up the stage here, and if they like flash in a Shark or something, we will... Yeah, now it's actually going to work out for them, which is unfortunate, but... Now that's a pretty good turn. Put our opponent to 14. I don't know which one's more relevant to kill. I don't think it's... This feels like Bant Ramp with like Hydro Crisis. This almost feels like that standard deck that Played against a few years ago. Yeah, this is exactly what that feels like. We go to 17. Man. We're going to have to play a little bit of a longer game here, so we are going to have to attack the ferry.
Stop that now.
Normally I'd want to put Luris into our hand, but I think we can take this turn to try and get rid of Teferi. So 4/4 Shark. I mean, we're still at 16, so like it's not like the end of the world. We do have Rolling Vortex active that we can turn on anytime we need to. Darren. They're hard casting a Shark Typhoon. If that doesn't send a message, I don't know what does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Play Luris. Play Pyromancer. We get to put our opponent to 6 here. Hopefully they don't have a way to gain a bunch of life or something. That would kind of be... would be rough. Wrath of God is okay. We might be able to win the race. Uh-oh. Now we're definitely not going to be able to win the race. Gonna need a good draw step, deck. Gonna need a good draw step. Yeah. Okay. No, thank you. I appreciate it, though. Let's go. Lightning Helix, one time. Lightning Strike. Skewer. No! What? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands in 18 cards. Oh, man. Crazy. It's wild. All right. Starting effective immediately, I'm cutting I'm cutting a land from all of my decks. All of them. I'm kidding, that's ridiculous, and I'll just get punished for making results-based decisions, which is a terrible thing to do. It looks good. I don't think Group of Parts worth bringing in here. Feels like a good sideboard. We're just going to run it back. We just need to not draw 9 lands. Yep, we'll play first. I don't think we can keep this one lander with only one 1-drop. I think we're going to mulligan that. Wouldn't exactly call this better, but... This is definitely not a matchup where we want to just sit around and not do anything, so we're just going to spend our spells and put our opponent to 11 here. Our opponent shocks in to go to 9, so I mean... We're going to put Luris into our hand and say go. force them to cast their Wrath of God if that's what they're doing here. Now the problem with not playing another creature is that if they have Wrath of God and a Shark, they don't have to play it. And Shark Typhoon, because they can just play Shark Typhoon. Ooh, they didn't hit another land. Memory Lapse would not be great for us here. Dovin's Veto is worse. We get to attack for 2 and put our opponent to 6. Play that tapped. Play Soulscar Mage. Say go. Play our Rolling Vortex. Yeah, we'll take advantage of that. Thank you. I'm not going to lie. I've never put 2 and 2 together that you could do that. So this was eye-opening for me, but that's also insane. It's insanely good value for us. What you playing? What? Have you tried your headset at all to see if it is like too constructive or anything? Like too constrictive, I guess? I was talking about your big headset. I didn't know if you were going to try it at all or not. So I was just complaining about how bad our draw steps are, but our draw steps haven't been that bad this game. Is my sweet kitty? Huh? Is sweet kitties? Yes. They are sweet kitties. Alright, well our opponent's using a lot of their rope here, so I don't really know what they're doing. Maybe they don't know what to do. Wrath of God seems pretty good if you have it, opponent. Alright, they took my advice. We're going to cast this now because they can't do anything about it. And then if they don't have a way to deal with our Rolling Vortex, they're just going to die. Because we have 3 activations of gaining life here. Oh, they have a Teferi. Sad face.
I'm known for my excellent timing. I'm not ready for
Bounce our Rolling Vortex. Draw a burn spell. Nope, draw a land. That sucks.
No time for a break.
We have one more card than Roiling Vortex coming, so hopefully that means something good. Like a burn spell would be cool. A Soulscar Mage is fine, I guess. Please don't have Absorb. Yep.
Let's skip to the good part.
Well, if they don't have a counterspell here, they will die. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, for as good as our draw steps worked out, our opponents worked out that much better. It's a little disappointing, but that's okay. Alright. 0-1 to start the night. I think between Moto and Arena, we're now 0-4 for the evening. Yep, we'll play first. I mean, this hand seems fine. I hate when people sit here and do this when they play Arena. How they flick their cards back and forth with their mouse. I'm like, bro, this is not real life. We need to calm down right now. Alright, our opponent mulligans. Opponent mulligans to 6. Which means they can still have a very viable hand. And we'll say go. Ah, because it wasn't dealt damage. The Soul Scar Mage just gives it counters, that's right. Just let our opponent take 2 here and say go. Mono green something. Question is mono green what? Interesting. Are you destroying my land or your land? Okay. We are going to Lightning Helix for 3/3 Elk. This thing has Trample. So it keeps all of its abilities. That's pretty cool. At the back half of Kazandu Mammoth, it was indeed not. Yep, Lightning Helix you. Cast Light Up the Stage. Play this tapped. No attacks. Lightning Strike next turn. Which means if you don't have a way to gain some life, I'm gonna sneak out of here with a win. Scavenging Ooze would let them go back to 6, right? Do I have any creatures in the graveyard? Oh, they do. They have like, oh, they have 1. They could go to 4. It's been all burn spells the whole way. All right. I have to say I wasn't expecting Primal Command. I will give our opponent that. Target player gains 7 life. Put target non-creature permanent on top of its owner's library. I mean, they did Time Walk us and put us out of reach of killing them, so it's Gruul. Okay. We're gonna say go. Primal Command is a sorcery. Okay. We do have Wizard's Lightning to go upstairs with, so there is that. If it was kicked, destroy. Is this Ponza? Goblin Rune Blaster, huh? This feels like Ponza. Glorybringer? That's a pretty good one. You gonna get busy for 12 here? Hmm. I don't know if they have anything in instant speed here. That was a weird concession. Okay, so against Ponza. Gotta be honest, I have no idea what we want. Lava Coil seems good. Guess cut the Lumimancers and bring in a Magma Spray. I don't know. I don't really know what we want against this kind of deck. I know they play like Stone Rain and stuff like that, but I know there's not Blood Moon in this format, so at least I'm pretty sure there's no Blood Moon in this format. I could be wrong. Couldn't decide which way to go. What are you running? Is that your next gold target? That's not bad. Man, you're gonna have diamond and everything. You're just gonna be running around with ether, aren't you? Oh, you can do that. No problem. Yeah, but one a game is only 9 games. But you can do it in one game. I've seen you play. You can do it. You're a monster. Paradise Druid. Ow. That hurt. So we're going to attack here, and then we're going to play both of our creatures. I think they're actually debating if they want to block here. Okay. I was like, that's interesting. Like, not that I really blame you. I mean, blocking doesn't seem like a terrible decision. You know, depending on what's in your hand. Keeping a one-lander against the Ponza deck maybe in hindsight wasn't my best play. But those are really cool lands. Cloythus is gonna be a bitch. He might be willing to trade off here. So we're gonna light up the stage after combat, and then I hope that we hit land and something else so that we can play our Pyromancer and continue to get busy and then have spells the rest of the way. Yep. Take 2. Light up the stage. Light up the stage was also a really good hit because that allows us to play, really just allows us to run out our spells and try to get busy. Cloythus is going to be a tough one to beat. Interesting. So I just want Goblin Rune Blaster as a blocker. So we're going to play Pyromancer here. Then we're going to play Light Up the Stage. Then we're going to hope we hit an untapped land so that we can skewer the Rune Blaster and get in for a bunch. Man, alright. That's pretty good. Maybe we started to turn things around. Maybe things are coming up us now instead of coming up our opponent, which it appears to have been lately. Twelve to 10. We got 6 points in our hand. We always have Lurrus on backup if we need it, so. Okay, we're gonna hit a. Now it's like one of our white lands. And I'm pretty sure they're just dead here. Like, we put them to 4. Yeah. Then they can't do anything, so. Alright. It's a pretty good win. Our opponent didn't really do much. Them not having like a big impact card that game was really solid for us, so I think that really helped turn it around. We're now 1-1. White or black spells, black or green spells. I don't know what black spells I've been casting. Guess Lurrus. Wow, I am sorry, buddy. I cannot pronounce that. Tanu Kif, XIV. Thanks for the follow, man. Nonetheless, I appreciate it, buddy. We'll try this and see what happens. I don't know. Having 4 lands on the draw seems like a questionable hand. Yeah, I mean, drawing another land is terrible, but... Tanuki Final Fantasy 14. Okay, alright, cool. Yeah, see, I would have never have gotten to that by myself, man. Spike Field Hazard, okay. And a Sulfur Falls. What is this, Phoenix? What's that Pillar card? Pillar of the Flame is Magma Spray, but it can go upstairs. So it's, I don't know, it's just really good. I think it's really solid. It's literally just Magma Spray that can go upstairs, or Shocked at Exiles, however you want to look at it, but it's a sorcery, so. What the heck? Oh, I thought that was Terran. We are gonna attack for 2 here. Love seeing the Boros burn. I rank up with a similar version of the deck. Oh, really? Yeah, dude, I love to play burn. Burn is like honestly like probably like my favorite archetype in Magic. Sulfur Falls are really not treating our opponent well here. I think we're gonna hold our spells here. Attack in, see what happens. If worst comes to, I mean, we have 11 points in our hand, so if worst comes to worst, we'll just put Lurrus into our hand this turn. Lightning Axe. Discard Maximize Velocity. Okay. Opponent just keeps using their spells, so we're not going to fight them on it. Young Pyromancer. That's a pretty good one. And I mean, if they want to here, they can also play Maximize Velocity and get an extra token out of it and get in for some points, so could be a pretty good turn for our opponent here. We don't have any 1-drops to play, do we? Yeah, I didn't think so off Luris, so... Hmm. We get the Pillar of Flame this. Cast Opt in response, which is fine. Play this on the white side. We'll Helix them. We'll cast Light Up the Stage. Play Lumimancer. That feels like a pretty good turn. Clear up the board. I mean, except for the tokens, there's not much we can do about that, though. Our opponent's hand must not be pretty good if their first thought is to just flashback looting, so... So we're going to attack. Yep. We're just going to go upstairs. Eat the token. Now we have Soulscar Mage. We'll play our other Soulscar Mage. And then we'll say go. And we're to a point now where we can play Luris and Pyromancer in the same turn, which is really good. Frantic Inventory. I mean, draw 2 cards off, that's pretty good. I don't know what Herald's is. Hairless? Are you? Is that? I don't. Was that a hairless faithless looting? Bro, I have no idea what that middle word's supposed to be. Oh, there's 2 Phoenixes. That's pretty good. I mean, they had to hit him at some point, right? What do they cast? Opt in looting this turn? I mean, if nothing else, they can just looting again and see what happens. Is that in the format? Yeah, Faithless Looting and Brainstorm are in this format, man. Like, it's crazy, honestly. Wow. Shouldn't you Frantic Inventory first to draw extra cards and then Strategic? Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. You just get to see more cards to know what you're... to know what you want that way. I don't know. So we're going to take 6 and go to 15 here. Cast this. Then we get the crash. That's absurd? Yeah, it is absolutely absurd. They're trying to make this format, like, just stuff it's not supposed to be. Like, it really changes format a lot. So next turn, Luris and Viashino Pyromancer's lethal. That's why I made the play that we made there. Normally I'd like to hold on to Lightning Helix as a removal spell, but being able to put our opponent within range of us just like playing Luris into Viashino Pyromancer like seems really solid to me, so... I love doing that Luris into Viashino. Yeah, dude, Luris into Viashino Pyromancer is awesome. Okay, so Lava Coil is really good, and Magma Spray is really good here. We can cut our shock. Cards that don't seem great in this matchup. I think Lumimancer seems a little weak. I I think Pillar of Flame is really good, and so is Magma Spray. Trying to think of what else we can cut. Maybe we don't want Lumimancer at all. It seems like our worst creature in this matchup. We'd rather our creatures be proactive, and maybe we just want to cut a Skewer here. I don't know if this is correct, but well, we definitely can't keep this hand. This hand's a lot better. We'll keep this. Man, what are we putting back here? We could take a gutsy line and put the Magma Spray back, or not the Magma Spray, but put a land back. And I just don't know if that's the correct line of play. I think we're gonna put the Wizard's Lightning back. Was wondering if you were running Risk Factor. I've seen some Boros burn running it. I've been tempted to. So I was actually running Risk Factor at first when I started playing the deck, and I've just kind of went away from it as I've unlocked more. As I've unlocked more Lightning Helixes. I've stopped playing it, but I mean, like I don't think playing Risk Factor is like necessarily wrong in this kind of deck at all. I really like Risk Factor. Risk Factor is a house of a card and really has a lot of value, so you could definitely twist my arm into playing that. They're just going to go ham this turn and... Oh. That's only one more. One more and I get to bring a bird back that we're going to Magma Spray. That's twice they've scryed to the top, so... Magma Spray. And we get to attack for 2, and then we get to cast Light Up the Stage. Hopefully we hit a land here. Alright, those are some pretty good hits. We're going to play Soulscar Mage and say go. Keep thinking I won't, and then somebody beats you over the head with Risk Factor. Yeah, right? No, I know that feeling, man. Sulfur Fall's working out a little bit better for our opponent this game. Alright, and we get a concession. Go. Well. Alright, makes us 2-1, and we just opened a Rip Apart. I thought we had 4 of those. Alright, we're going to play one more. We're going to play one more, and then we're going to call it a night on Magic. We will go first. This hand's really good. We'll keep this. It's a shame that we're going to have to use 2 of our white sources in our deck just on red here. So one thing I don't like about playing Needle Verge Pathway. I've given some thought to playing... well, that's a good draw step. I've given some consideration to playing... what's the Clifftop Retreat? But I don't know if that's good enough or not, if I'm being honest. Like, it feels like it could just have too much downside. So let's go Pillar of Flame. Let's go Light Up the Stage. Memory Lapse, okay. So we're going to just play that tapped. I don't see a reason to play the Wizard's Lightning this turn. I imagine for our opponent it was between Growth Spiral and Memory Lapse there, so they are going to Growth Spiral. Play a land. I was thought they were going to explore or something. This That's memory lapse number 2. Okay. So I actually think this is worth, because if we just hit 2 like Wizard's Lightnings here, or Lightning and a Skewer, like that, we win. Yeah, see, that was exactly the reason we made that play, because we just win if we hit that. So that was really good. This looks like some kind of like weird rampy control deck, so we're just going to bring in our Vortexes, and we're going to cut our Pillar of Flames. I think we would rather have the instant speed interaction than the Exile. I don't think that's really going to matter, so... what's Memory Lapse? Memory Lapse is Remand, but instead of putting it into your hand, it puts it on top of your library. So, I mean, Memory Lapse is a pretty cool card, honestly. Like, it's honestly not bad. Trying out your headphones? Do what? Oh. Let me know if they work. I'm curious to know if they do. Do they not? Do we have those pieces from your other ones we can put on there? You want to try that and see if it works? Do what? Are they? They should work. They should work if you plug them into the adapter. It's not the headphones that aren't working. It's the Carly, they don't fit into Carly's ears very well. Yeah, we're gonna keep this hand. This hand's great. Now the Lumimancer into playing Viashino Pyromancer on turn 2 feels kind of awkward, but I do think it's the best play to set up for our stuff. Actually, I think I lied. I think it might be more worth to play Shock, because we get to get in as much damage as possible this way. And then Skewer our opponent. And then next turn we can Pyromancer and Skewer our opponent and get in more damage that way also. So yeah, I'm glad that I thought that one through for a second, because that would have been a punt to have just played the Pyromancer that turn. Would have felt like we were setting up for a big turn, but we really wouldn't have been. We're setting up for a much better turn this way, in my opinion. Explore is pretty good. I like that they put Explore in this format. Now the problem with this is that if they counter our Pyromancer, we have no way to cast our other spells. Yep, see? So now we have nothing to do, which is unfortunate, but we do have Pyromancer next turn, so... This is going to be a little tough to beat. So we take 3 here. Hopefully this isn't another memory lapse here. We're just going to run this out and see if this is good enough. We put our opponent to 9. Please no memory lapse. Brainstorm. Okay. Good for them, they get to see more cards, but I don't really think that affects us. I think we're okay with just where we are. So they go to 9. We're going to put them to 7. And then they're at a virtual 4. Oh, no, we don't really care about attacking Nissa. Like, if we could kill Nissa, I'd probably go for that, but there's no reason when we can't kill her. Oh, the Explorer lets him play the extra land.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Yep, no blocks. They might have... So they might have a counterspell or a shark here, and if they do, it's unfortunate, but we do have 6 points of instant speed interaction, so... I am willing to just go to damage here. And then... Alright. So Wizard's Lightning is lethal off the top, so... And the good news is that we do have Wizard's Lightning and we can put Luris into our hand.
Harness the elements.
I mean, unless that last card in our hand's a counterspell, it doesn't matter.
Be wary of the ground.
If it's a memory lapse, then yeah, I might be dead. And they concede. Alright, cool. Alright, well, we ranked up into Plat 3 tonight, and we went 3-1 with the old Boros burn deck. We get more coins and more cards. Not packs. I'm gonna be honest, I really like the deck. This deck is a ton of fun, and I really enjoy it. I still don't understand Arena's sideboarding mechanism here, but the deck is really good. I still think main deck, like 4 Pillar of Flame in the main, is just better than Shock right now. So, just given the way that the format is set up, I think it's better set up with Pillar of Flame that way. But the deck feels pretty good. So that's it for Magic tonight. We're probably going to take about a 5-minute break here, and then when we come back, we're going to be playing Call of Duty the rest of the night, maybe some Rocket League. I don't really know what everybody else is feeling like, but if you were here for Magic, I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, and if you want to see Call of Duty, stick around. Be back in a few minutes.